Twinsburg residents and city officials raised concerns about the roundabout under construction at Glenwood Drive and Darrow Road at the November 8th City Council meeting. One point of contention was a decision to open east and west legs of the roundabout at night and closing it during the day. This was cited as a factor in 8 motor vehicle accidents. That decision was later reversed.
On the 27th, I did drive immediately up to the roundabout, and this was probably 4 or 5 in the afternoon. And we were at a situation where the construction project was shutting down that east-west direction during the day, and then they began opening up at night, which is great on a concept, but when you still have barrels in a full-blown construction project and you've trained residents to drive unimpeded north and south for a 2-month period, I basically got on the phone and said, we're going to have accidents. We're going to have accidents tonight if we don't shut this down. But what I witnessed in a 4 or 5 minute period, I knew there was going to be an accident. And it was not shut down, and sure enough, we had an accident. And the next time we had an accident. And you all know we're sitting on 7 or 8 accidents. One girl from outside this community hit a car and then threw it in reverse and backed into another car. So we had 2 reports there.
We did come to a consensus today to close those legs down until we are able to get everything through there. A lot of what we're hearing is those barrels are causing people to not know exactly what's going on and feeling unsure. I know, people when they see barrels sometimes just tend to panic a little bit more.
Roundabouts are complicated intersections. They do minimize conflict points, but they require them to be driven properly. And we've got a couple issues with the current roundabout that's out there. The maintenance of traffic zone, the construction drums that the mayor and Amy referred to, are not allowing the proper permanent traffic control pattern to be established out there. So you do not have the proper number of lanes entering and exiting the roundabout as it was open earlier this week. And you also don't have lighting out there right now. The way roundabouts work, it requires a visual acuity of approaching traffic. And if you can't see the traffic or determine the traffic's intent, especially in the dark, it makes it difficult to successfully navigate around. Most of the crashes, the southbound crashes, are failure to yield crashes, and they're occurring in the dark. So it's most likely difficult for the southbound drivers to determine what the real intent of the northbound person is. So it's really critical that you don't open the roundabout until it is complete. You have the proper roadway components done, the signing, the striping, and the lighting.
Was there a decision made by somebody who had control over it, or did the contractor just throw their hands up and walk away and said, hey, we're getting pressured, we gotta have this intersection open?
The contractor made the decision to open up, but the contractor did consult with our field engineer on the opening of the roundabout. So it wasn't that he didn't do it without our knowledge. He did consult with the field engineer on the project.
Why did we shoehorn that roundabout into there, and why didn't we build a big one with plenty of room? You don't have. I'm a retired Twinsburg police officer, and when I went to accident investigation school, one of the things that they taught us was it's about 1.5 seconds for your reaction time to get your foot off the gas and onto the brake. After you perceive you're going to get into an accident. It's too small. I got to tell you, my personal feeling is, who's going to pay to take it out? Okay. It's not what we need. You guys fail.
Design is to the industry standard for a multi-lane roundabout.
You know what?
GPD did not just design this alone without, actually we hired a roundabout design consultant. That's all they do. There's 2 of them in Wisconsin.
This size?
Yeah. I mean, you also have to consider that when you have a roundabout, you're attempting to make people slow down. If you make a roundabout bigger, you end up with encouraging higher speeds, and then these crashes that you're having right now, instead of being fender benders, would be injury crashes. There haven't been injury crashes except for the one that where the lady backed up into the other car.
Who is going to make the call to open this thing up again? And is there going to be a collective decision between the city and possibly ODOT to say, okay, we are ready to do this? So there's kind of a check and balance here before we open this up again.
Require basically everything to be in place, the striping, the lighting, the barrels all gone, before, being able to take all the barrels, and we're not gonna pull them out and say they're all gone, and now we're opening, and you take it out at the same time.
Comment. If this is difficult, as the gentleman from GPD said, why would we do this again for the second roundabout? Makes no sense.
It varies on community. Green has put their roundabout in and has had no issues.
It's huge. What? It's huge.
But the
compare?
the one that was put in Talmadge initially did have some issues. People have to have a sense of caution as they enter the roundabout. The one that was built in Talmadge was similar to this one. It had 2 lanes coming in and out on 2 of the legs, and they were getting failure to yield and also speeding through there. Part of the problem with the speeding was because against what is recommended in the manual, they did not mound up the center island. The center island needs to be raised up so that you can't see across it. If you pull in there and you can see all legs as you pull in there, you have a perception, all right, there's nobody coming, and I'm gonna fly through that. You come through there and you don't know where people are coming, you slow down. You get down to that 20 mile an hour, 15 mile an hour as you navigate it.
I've been going up and down that road for years, stuck in 20, 30 minutes of traffic, and the 2 weeks that's been open, I'm in 3 minutes or 4 minutes of traffic. It's very simple. There's another very simple thing. It's 15 miles an hour. You say there's aggressive drivers, pull them over, ticket them. It's 15 miles an hour. My daughter is here. I have 30 years of driving. I go 15 miles an hour through it. This young lady over here is 15 and a half. She has 3 months of driving. A temp person. Jaden, would you like to tell them how fast you go through that roundabout? 15 miles an hour. This is not rocket science.